Robin asked, if you were to start your online business from scratch, knowing everything that you know now, what, if anything, would you do differently than you did in your original journey? This is such a good question. Okay, where do I even begin with this? God, if I were starting over, what would I do differently? Here's the first thing that I want to say. I really wouldn't change anything. I say that because everything that I moved through in my business has made me a better business person. It has given me access to strengths and wisdom, initiations that had I not gone through them, I wouldn't have the ability to lead my clients like with the power that I lead them. You know, when we move through something, and we experience it, like an experience becomes embodied. And so the embodiment of my work is really powerful. There isn't anything I could look back on, even the things where I was like, this sucks. Like at the time when you're moving through something in your business or in your life and it's challenging, like it's not fun, it sucks. But those initiations, and I reference initiations alongside of like the tower card in a tarot deck, which is shit hits the fan. It's like life is just, it feels like everything in your world is kind of crumbling and it's uncomfortable. But that clearing that is being made is necessary for that next level version of you to show up. And so, though there's nothing that I would go back and change, what I could say that would be really supportive and some of the things that I will help my private clients with is bringing in a fierce freaking knowing of who the F you are to do the work that you are here to do in the ways that only you can do it. And so my advice, if you are starting out, or even if you're not starting out, but you're really looking to have more power in your business, more success in your business, stop following people. I look back at the beginning of my online journey and my feed, my social media feed was flooded with other coaches, and that at many times that was detrimental, because when you're in the beginning stages of your business and you're seeing, especially in 2020, I saw so many coaches and they were like, my 6-figure month, my 6-figure month, my 7-figure month, my 6-figure year. And I'm like, I can't even get a client. Like, I'm confused. So seeing other people was not all that inspiring to me. It was kind of like, I don't really see what Susie has that I don't have. Why is she creating success and I'm not? And what I discovered was that the more that I tuned everybody else out and I moved in creation with my own intuition and my own channel and what was moving through me and not second guessing that, the faster that success followed. And so my advice to you would be stop following people, truly, because it muddies our channel when we are trying to create, but we're then doing that, taking pieces of what other people have done and trying to make it our own. The reality is that when you are so in tune with your intuition, with your desires, with what actually feels really fun and really exciting for you, and you're just going and you're creating and you're moving with such faith and trust in what you're here to bring to the world, success follows a lot faster. So if we can move away from self-doubt, that makes a huge difference in the experience of our business, in the experience of our success, in the experience of momentum. So even if I'm following people now, I can tell you that they're muted. Aside from my private clients, my mastermind clients, and those inside of my Rich Bitch membership, people are muted. Even my friends that are coaches or energy workers, or maybe they're doing the same things or they run retreats, I don't want to see what they're doing. Not because I don't love them, but because it's so important for me to maintain a clear channel so that everything I'm creating is not coming from consideration for other people. It's truly coming from my divine channel. It's coming from my downloads, my heart, like my truth, my knowingness. That has made such a difference in the creation of my offers, my business, the clients coming in, the experience that I'm having, that they're having. So my advice, if I could go back and do anything different, I would not have followed people. I would have spent more time going inward to create from my channel with more clarity instead of muddied waters. And though I've done a phenomenal job in my business, and I'm really pleased and really happy with where I am today, I feel that that's something that would serve a lot of people. So like, even if you take, inside of my book, Rich Bitch Money Goals, if you take the B in bitch, which is belief, right? A woman who believes in herself, invests in herself, trusts herself, she consciously creates her life, and she's heart-centered. If you take that B in bitch, one of the things that you'll see that I talk about inside of this book is that one of the biggest barriers that I have seen when people are trying to create success, there's this belief that runs in the background of it can happen for her, or it can happen for him, or it can happen for them, but I don't really think it can happen for me. And that belief is like a cock block to your success, right? So if you're not empowered by other people's success and you're triggered by it, then I would say, stop following, go inward, and you need to work on the B in bitch, which is believing in yourself so that you can create that experience of success in your life, in your business, in your offers, in all the things. The other thing that I would do differently if I could go back, I would have raised my standards even higher. And so another reason I don't recommend following people is because a lot of times, so like when I moved my business online, for example, and I hired my first mentor, I went to debt to do that. It was a $20K investment. At the time, I was like, I've lost my mind. But it was one of the greatest things I've ever done. But one of the things that we were encouraged to do, which I'm sure you've been encouraged to do, and many people have been encouraged to do, is market research. But what I discovered was that, and I also talk about that in this book, what I've discovered is that when we are looking at what other people are creating and the prices that they're charging, again, it muddies our channel because like, if somebody has an offer priced at a specific rate, we have to ask ourselves, why did they choose that? Like, what is their money consciousness? What are their beliefs around money? What are their desires around money? What if their consciousness around money, their beliefs and their desires are completely freaking different than yours? But you've been told by somebody to go and do market research because you don't want to price too high and you don't want to price too low. You want to be somewhere in that sweet spot. Even that is a belief that somebody has when it comes to high level creation. And I don't find that to be high level creation at all. I find that to be creating based on consideration for what other people have done. But if you look at some of the people that have made history in the world, they were the first. And so there's a way in which you are here to experience success and experience yourself and experience your business, your relationships, all the things that can only come from the codes that you carry. And if you're not familiar with that and you don't have that knowingness of who you are, it is time for you to take the I in bitch, which is invest. And if you read this, you know that it's not just investing money, but it is actually investing time. So we have to invest the time to create that experience of belief and connection within ourselves so that the work that we are actually bringing forward to the world carries all of our codes, and it's fun and it's exciting. Right? Like somebody telling you that you can't do something should be one of the biggest red flags in your life. And if it's not, here's your permission slip to have that be one of the biggest red flags in your life. Because if someone hasn't done something yet, but you have a desire to do it, you get to be the first. So I would say follow less people and go inward. Create a really clear channel so that everything that is flowing through you is felt by you so strongly that trust, the T in bitch, trust yourself, that trust is so strong and it's so anchored in that you just move, that you just move. This is such a key code that I carry. And if you've been following me for a while, then you have seen I move very quickly. If I have an intuitive hit to do something, I move. I don't care if it makes logical sense or not. And you've heard me say time and time again that it oftentimes doesn't, right? This is why it's like, you gotta be out of your mind to create really extraordinary things, because your mind wants to keep you safe. Your mind wants to go to fear. And if your intuition is a yes, but the mind is a no, which one are you gonna choose? And for most people, they're choosing the mind, right? They're choosing what's predictable, but then they're bored and they're unhappy and they're like, why isn't this working? Why am I not successful? It's like there is an initiation for everybody to move through that requires a certain level of trust and certainty within yourself that you know who you are to do the work that you are here to do out into this world. So those are just two things right off the bat. I could do an entire masterclass teaching, hour seminar. I could do so many. This could be a whole thing, because there's like, I'm already seeing like lists. So maybe we'll do a part 2 to this video. If you want me to do a part 2 to this video, drop it in the comments. If you have a follow-up question from this video, drop it in the comments and I will bring it forward to you. I love you, and I will see you on the next video.